theory, everything will work well.
Good luck.
Good luck. All right. Hey. All right. So as a recap, because it's been a little bit since we played last. You guys had successfully rescued the princess Honora from the fate that awaited her. Um, and are making ready to head to the city of Mitros, where the king had summoned you. Along the way, you do plan to stop at the necropolis. It's only like a day off the path to the city to complete the last part of the oracle's advice, prophecy, whichever way you want to spin it. She had said that the kind of two parts, the Lich Daemon who resides at the necropolis may have information for Helena, and also you are to lay claim to the weapons of the Dragonlords as part of this prophecy. Other than that, you got to know the city of Astoria a little bit better. You met some constructs that Vulcan had created, which will be able to ferry parcels and stuff back and forth between you and his current residence at the Mithril Forge. He dropped off some armor for Deacon, and has set up this little kind of courier service with these gold and bronze flying automatons.
Cool. I think we put an order in for our Minotaur.
I believe you did as well.
Yes, some kind of armor.
Yeah.
Mythical chain, I believe. Just like mine, only bigger.
Yes.
Something like that, yeah.
Speaking of armor, I actually had to adjust Sophia's character sheet because for some reason we had chainmail on there instead of a chain shirt, and you are not proficient with heavy armor, so your armor class is going to be a little bit lower until you get that gift from Vulcan.
Okay. Good to know.
That's what helps keep us fighters normal and distinct.
Yep. Other than that, is there anything else you guys wish to do in Astoria while you're here?
I don't think so. And she's really becoming more of a paladin than a cleric, isn't she?
Probably.
Cleric so far.
I could see Sophia eventually multi-classing.
Probably. I mean, she's starting to swing a mean hammer, I'm just saying.
I can't be the only one that's multi-classing, you know.
That's right.
I probably won't. I'm just going to exceed at being a hoplite, because that's a thing.
The only thing I could see me multi-classing into is maybe some rogue.
Yeah, I don't think Sophia is quite charismatic enough to pull off paladin.
Really depends on who.
If I'm offended or not.
Really depends on who the followers are, I suppose. I guess if you say moo enough, it'll work.
Ouch! Wow.
Hey, now, from what I've seen, she scared the shit out of quite a few people.
Yes, paladin of fear, maybe of some kind.
Well, Daddy is the god of war, so
Exactly. Go
bound to scare
crusading.
somebody.
Go crusading the land, taking vengeance on all the cow tippers out there.
And you managed to scare the god of war straight, so
Temporarily, at least. But he needed my help, so he had motivation.
Yeah, a little bit of that like tough love, scared straight stuff.
Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts now that he doesn't have his other daughter in danger.
Oh, Chris, is there an opportunity to kind of add on to the order coming from the fort?
You can get word to him. It'll probably take a couple of days to get to him, but
sweet, because I could use the shield redone, and I figure, having a mithril tip spear is much more interesting.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you can like leave an order writ with his workshop there in Astoria, and they will make sure that word gets to him as soon as possible.
Awesome sauce.
There is still, especially now that the dwarves are back there and starting to open up the mines, there is some steady trade between Astoria and the mithril mines. So
Funny how that works.
yeah. But after that, you guys head out towards the city of Mitros.
Woohoo!
Dun, 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 dun.
So yeah, Mitros is probably about 5 days to the south. But with the stopover at the necropolis, you're about 2 days or so from the necropolis.
I sing a little tune on the way.
Yeah, a little bit of travel music to lighten the load. When she finds out that you're heading to Mitros, Cairo will accompany you.
Oh,
It's like I think Pythor is he's in as good a place as he's going to get currently. So I think I can leave him on his own recognizance for a few days.
Nice.
Maybe we can sing a duet.
Well, I'm not much of a singer. I'm more of a poet. And I am honestly very eager to see how the small town heroes of the Heartland respond to the major city of Mitros. That should make for some entertaining verses.
So she's a rapper then. Gotcha.
this will be an interesting test for
It'll be a
Otter.
it'll be a very interesting test for you, I think.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
how do I turn chainmail into mithril chainmail?
One sec. So the main thing that it's going to do is it's going to kind of lighten it and add a +1. There you go. Done.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So you set off just kind of following the river to the south. It's a pleasant enough day for travel. The weather is warm. Like it's a warm day, but it's got that kind of cool breeze coming off the mountains and the river. So it's very pleasant. And your travel is relatively unimpeded. You still see periodically various woodland creatures. It's kind of keeping an eye on things, seeing how things are going, kind of like guiding you along the path, as it were. Indications that the Titan has not forgotten your sacrifice that you made to her. You are still kind of under her watchful eye.
And we have a long rest before we head out.
Yes.
We might want to consider making another sacrifice to your god.
She does.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just commenting. She does seem to like us.
What's not to like? We're lovely people.
And yet, oddly enough, not Sophia's goddess. So towards the end of the first day, you kind of set up camp in a little bend in the river. You can see the mountains that lead up to the necropolis off to the west. No sign of any centaur armies or anything like that as you leave Astoria and travel through the grasslands along the river. You set up your watches, you set up your little camp. It's a calm and peaceful night. You can see the stars and the constellations above you twinkling through the light cloud cover. It's the sort of day where you're like, you know what? I think tomorrow's going to be a good day.
It feels like a terrible setup.
Calm before
I was
the
just going to
storm.
say, it's a
Yeah,
trap.
right?
This is such a trap. I will share my leftovers from my platters.
Okay.
I'll take any vegetables that were part of that, but that's all.
I think there was some olives and figs and stuff in it.
Well, those are fine.
I think it was everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it was like olives, and I think the vegetarian options would have been like olives and figs and bread and things like that.
And if there was a kitchen sink, you probably would have eaten it too.
So yeah, so
I've had the kitchen sink at Jungle Gyms. It's delicious.
so a lovely supper of leftovers. Turn in for the night. You set up watches out of habit. Nothing untoward happens towards the evening. The crack of dawn comes fairly early. And again, it's still a pleasant day. A little bit of overcast down to the south. And you start making your way off the beaten path towards the mountains of the necropolis.
Ooh, off the beaten path. That sounds ominous.
So yes, so who else trained in history? Deacon and Sophia?
Agrees.
Yes.
And Agria. So the three of you know that the Telemach is a sacred site built alongside a canyon. There are basically like these ancient bridges that cover a vast chasm to where the tombs and crypts are located. Even though it's not terribly high up in the mountains, it is known to be cold and snow and ice.
Yeah.
And the snow and ice seems to absorb sounds and kind of makes the entire area just bathed in this eerie silence.
Great. Also, I swear to the gods, if there's some strange gnome asking what my favorite color is at this bridge,
Hey guys, here comes the trap.
So yes, as you travel up into the mountains,
Sure, we'll be fine.
the road to the necropolis, it is well maintained, but not traveled very often.
hey Chris, who would maintain this?
The roads would be maintained, oddly enough, by both some of the various cults to the Titans and some of the shrines to the Five.
Ah, so it's like a multi-effort. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Everybody worships death.
yes. The City of the Dead, as it's known, is regarded as a sacred place, forbidden to anyone except for the Dragonlords. It explains why it's not terribly well traveled. As you start to make your way up into the mountains, and you can see, like, off a little ways, the Mithra Mountains that you've been previously, you come across this scene that is almost just, like, defies comprehension. Just these massive, massive stone arms reaching out of the ground, like, absolutely dwarfing everything else around you for miles. They are completely motionless.
That's good. Are Are we aware that whether or not they're supposed to be here? Like, is this a commonly mentioned feature?
You can give me a history roll. Um,
12?
12. You know that these are referred to as the hands of Kentamine, the 100-handed Titan. He was he called the 100-handed for a reason, and is generally regarded to be the father of all of the Titans, essentially like Thylea's spouse and the father of the other Titans.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like doesn't he supposed to have like hands and arms all around the area?
Yes. So they're not a terribly common sight, but you've heard of them. You've never actually seen them before, but seeing them, and they are probably 100 feet high, and
Very impressive.
they kind of mark alongside this road of the dead. And as the path leads up into the mountains, it is utterly quiet. There's no bird calls, there's no insects, there's no animal life at all. There's no sound from the wind.
Does anybody have a detect magic?
Not at all ominous. Possibly?
I do not have that spell. I feel like it's something I should pick up soon.
Well, it's nice and calm and
Detect
peaceful
good
here.
and evil.
Yeah, it's nice and calm and
Identify.
peaceful here, you know.
I didn't try to take it today, but I can next day.
But not detect. I didn't take it today. Yeah. I can
Well, I mean,
detect magic, just not soon.
if you want, we can just camp here for the night.
Let me check out detect good
There's
and evil.
just
It's quiet,
very
it's
much feels
peaceful.
like a calm before the storm.
It's quiet, it's peaceful, tranquil. It's almost like it's disarming.
Almost like
Except
it's
for the
disarming.
arms.
Again,
It's fine.
it just very much feels like a calm before.
Sorry, I had to.
It's terrible.
Darn tootin'.
Let me just double check my detect good and evil. I can do detect good and evil for 10 minutes at a time. To know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of us. Or if there is a place or object within 30 feet of us that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
That might be.
So I can sort of get a reading on the area.
Well, you might get a ping on that.
Maybe.
Oh, I suspect that there's some magical component to this area. I just wouldn't know what it was.
I've never been here before.
Well, let's just say that nothing makes the creatures of the woods quiet except for something like magic. Or predators. Predators, too.
We might be considered predators.
Or prey. That's usually how things work around here.
I am hoping we are not considered prey, but
Well, we're probably prey to a mountain lion, but maybe not so much to an ant.
it's possible.
Let's keep going. The silence is deafening.
So you continue to press on, and as you do, it does get colder as you gain height, and a light covering of snow begins to kind of coat your path. The path is narrow and in some places fairly treacherous, especially for Agri, who takes up a little bit more room than the rest of you.
What, you're saying he's not sure-footed?
Careful. Despite having more feet than most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like I can't fit them all there or
Yeah.
something.
You
And
think horseshoes would help out, I'm just saying.
and as you kind of like, purposefully or accidentally look down as you make your way over this narrow pathway, that's a very long way down, and it's after about 100, 200 feet, it's just shrouded in mist, so you don't know if that's the bottom or if there's more beneath that.
Yeah, you should never.
Yep. Nope.
You continue on, kind of taking your time carefully. You do. It starts to widen out, and you can see now that there is a like a pathway or a pass that leads up towards the necropolis. You can see it on the hills above you now. You can see the ancient necropolis. Even at this distance, it is just awe-inspiring, with magnificent pillars and statues, and it's just like a massive stone structure.
Well, that's a sight.
Aye. Powerful.
And as you start to make your way through this pass, you see pulling themselves out of the ground these skeletal figures, making absolutely no noise.
Ooh.
And judging from their armament and stuff, they're hundreds of years old.
Are they behaving aggressively?
Yep,
They,
no thank.
they pull themselves out of the snow-covered ground, and they do hold like their weapons and shields at the ready, but they do not aggressively approach you.
They
Well, perhaps they want to parley.
possibly. I have the feeling we won't need my magic to know whether this place is touched by good or evil soon.
Agri
Hmm.
says in what seems to be abyssal. Let us through.
As Agri speaks in this kind of like harsh, but like I think the word is, yeah, just like a harsh language. Um, their eyes glow like this cold blue, and they raise their weapons and shields in a much more aggressive fashion.
I think their answer is no.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
cast comprehend languages just to be safe.
It's entirely possible
Sophia,
that they're here to be guardians.
Sophia will add an abyssal, please.
Hey, everybody can roll initiative. You'll notice there's a new combat tracker on the thing. So, what was I?
Oh dear. Those are not
That
good
is
rolls.
the worst initiative ever.
See if I can get worse. Oh no, I can't get worse than the one. Oh wow. Okay, so we are all completely disarmed by the sight of this. Apparently.
We're
Chris,
absolutely sure they just want to talk.
Chris, I'm having Conan flashbacks.
It's okay. Worst case scenario, we all re-roll. They'll be great.
Okay. Kyra is up first. Kyra will just kind of look over and say, like, I don't think they liked that. That's okay, guys. I have faith in you, and she will start her song that gives you a reroll.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, how we missed that.
But,
We have indeed.
ooh, that's going to be a
Oh.
critical hit on Deacon.
Oh no.
So one of the skeletons just like lurches forward very quickly and brings its short sword up like right into the rib cage for 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I'm just going to momentarily turn off Dice So Nice here. There's a ton of dice for me to roll. So yeah, you definitely felt that.
Yeah.
Another one lurches forward. That one will lurch forward towards Agri. Fuck, I just turned you off.
No, it's
Did
defiant.
you get the memo?
Apparently not. But it is very slow as it like brings its arm back and around, and you easily get your shield up in front of it. That will bring us to Deacon.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to attempt to stab at it with my spear.
And you notice, even though these are like skeletons with like some like metal shields and stuff, they are making no noise.
Well, that's, yeah. Hi, magical construct. How are you, I guess? All right, well, I'll take a swing and see what happens.
Oof, that is a solid hit.
So, can I use Piercer to a reroll on that?
You sure can.
Well, it's been a long time. How do I do that in this?
Just do slash R space 1d6.
Nice.
Ooh, there you go.
Much
So
better.
it's 6 plus 6. So yeah, so you basically bring your spear up into the rib cage and kind of pull back, and a bunch of the bones shatter. It's still standing, but it is barely holding itself together.
Nice.
Church. That will bring us to Helena.
Okay. Deacon, go ahead and have a bardic inspiration dice. You can't get lower than a 3, I believe.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna make fun of the nearest skeleton. Oh, I have to be on spellbook. There we go.
So the one over by Agri?
Yeah.
The wisdom save, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, a 3.
Even with advantage. Ouch. It takes 1 point of damage. It was mildly insulted.
Yeah. You have the feeling your voice doesn't have the same resonance that it would normally, as it kind of gets absorbed by the effect in the area.
They can understand me though, because I'm using comprehend languages.
Yep. That will take us to Agri.
Well, Agri tried to be diplomatic. He just realized that he should have used a different language. And now he's going to attempt to attack.
Okay.
Language of violence.
Pretty much.
So you bring your spear or your scimitar around, and it clatters. It tries to get the shield up, but it moves very, very slowly. That will bring us to Sophia.
Sophia is going to get around to Deacon. Touch him. Just rest her hand on his shoulder for a second. And cast protection from good and evil. Or sorry, protection from evil and good. So until the spell ends, I assume Deacon is willing. I hope Deacon is willing. It'll protect him against creatures like undead. So creatures of those types, which would be aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, have disadvantage on attacks to the target. Deacon can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. He's not already, so I don't have to worry about him having advantage on saving throws to it. So I do have to maintain concentration on it, though.
Okay.
So
Nothing wrong with that. With the disadvantage aspect, it's going to be really hard for them to hit me.
yes, that's the plan. So casts that and then takes a step back.
All right.
Give him lots of freedom to move.
Needless to say, I will interpose myself between me and whatever the skeletons and Sophia is.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
Kyra, what's Kyra gonna do? She thinks you guys got this. She will continue her song of heroism just in case, but she's like, "Yeah, no, this is a good test of your heroic nature. There's very little more heroic than fighting the scourge of undeath." Speaking of the scourge of undeath, the badly wounded one is going to try to hit Deacon. Gets a grand total of 13.
Yeah, not enough.
So yeah, so as that skeleton's blow is coming in, you just kind of instinctively get this knowledge that, you know, how to best move as the protection spell, since Sophia does follow the goddess of knowledge. Just like instinctual knowledge of the best position at this exact moment just kind of fills you, and you manage to deflect the blow easily.
Sweet.
This one is going to move over here. And then close with Kyra. It seems like it's basically it's kind of drawn to the fact that she's singing.
She is a very good singer.
But a 12 is not going to hit her.
The hills are alive with the sound of screaming. Oh!
The one facing Agri is going to attack, but is distracted by the voices it hears in its head. For a total of 6.
Yeah, no.
Deacon, you're up.
Alrighty, I will end this one that's in front of me.
Okay. That is a hit. That definitely destroys it.
Okay.
Okay. Did you want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to swing around here, front of Sophie.
Okay.
That seems strange. I can't seem to move.
Where do you wanted to go about there?
Exactly.
Okay. It's really weird. Alrighty. This goes. This one is just going to shoot a bow at Helena. For a mighty 7.
It is gonna miss horribly.
So yeah, but it's like, it draws this like rickety looking bow, and it draws back this string, and the arrow like just flies like way overhead. Again, though, you don't hear the thwip of the arrow string or anything.
The silence is really unnerving.
Yeah, and that'll bring us
Isn't it, though?
to Helena.
So I am gonna move around to here. I can't move either. I want to get behind the one that's like right next to Sophia, like diagonally across from Sophia.
Okay.
Yeah, there. And then I'm gonna call it a horrible shot.
That's a 0 on the wisdom save.
That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure I just made it cry. It's like, it's not my fault, man. It's the equipment.
Agri.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the one in front of me again.
Okay. So yeah, you're chopping away at it. I mean, it's bone, so it's like a little bit tough to kind of chop through, but you're like cutting through it like it's cordwood. You're almost through it.
Yep.
That'll take us to Sophia.
Yes. So I can attack. I just can't take damage.
If you take damage, you have to make a save to maintain
Concentration
concentration.
check.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I will attack though. So that one that's the hope. This one right here.
Okay.
Since this one close, I'm gonna take a swing at it.
All right.
And I will use my hammer.
Okay.
Seems appropriate for swinging at skeletons, and a bit more effective than anything else I have. Hopefully.
Sweet.
15?
All right. So that one just explodes.
Good.
And yes, the hammer does seem to be very effective against skeletons.
Yeah. Something bludgeoning that doesn't go through the gaps in their bone structure.
Yeah.
Who knew?
That's it for me. Other than that, I'm still thinking about that spell.
All right. That will take us to Kyra. Kyra will look over you and go like, "Good job, excellent. Go hit that one." But she will continue to sing her inspirational song. This one over here by Agri. It's a whopping 10. They're getting slightly better.
Yep.
And this one is going to move over to Helena. 16. 16 probably hits Helena.
Yeah, she's AFK right now.
So it just kind of comes up behind her as she's like mocking the one and just kind of like cuts her just like across the back of the shoulder blade, just kind of nicks her with the scimitar or short sword.
Just a little ouchie.
Just a little bit. That will take us to Deacon.
Okay, I'm going to move next to Helena and take on the one she's.
Oof.
Nice.
You just kind of walk forward and you basically bring the spear kind of like down through its head all the way down to the bottom. When your spear tip hits the ground, you just wrench it towards you and kind of split the skeleton in half.
Nice.
Spear attack was super effective.
Is there more movement I can make?
You would have had. Yeah, you only moved like 10 feet or so. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up here with Agri.
Okay. Okay, perfect. That will bring us to Helena. Oh, okay. Right, we'll come back to her because it's all PCs for the next little bit. So that will bring us to Agri, and we'll do Helena when Jess gets back. 10 is a miss, but thanks to Kyrie, you do have the reroll.
I will totally take it. Do you want me to reroll or use the advantage die?
Reroll.
Okay.
She's in the back going like, better, you can do, you, never mind. That will take us to Sophia. Sophia will run back to her laptop.
Yeah. There's only the one left. I'll come down here and I'll try shooting at it with my light crossbow.
Okay.
Because I'd rather not get closer. Wow. That was horrible. Sorry about that one.
You do get the reroll from Kyra.
Oh, thankfully. So that's the 17.
No, reroll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fortunately, I didn't get shot in the back.
Yeah. Just give me a minute. I might do it yet. 12.
12 is just barely a miss. The skeleton manages to get its rickety ass old shield just up in the way.
This is why I was using the mace.
So the bolt hits the shield and kind of pierces it, but it deflects it enough that it goes in between the skeleton's ribs and doesn't actually connect with anything.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think it's safe to assume that Helena would probably use Vicious Mockery again.
Yep.
Chances are pretty good.
At least I rolled consistent.
Makes me wondering if that D4 can actually roll any more than a 1.
Kyra will look at Helena with this look of kind of like, really, on her face, but continue her song. Ooh, the one remaining skeleton. It will strike at a Deacon since, yeah, it'll attack Deacon. Nope. 8 is not going to hit squat.
Neither's the 15.
Yeah, that's true. Now there's the 15. Deacon, you're up.
Well, keeping consistent, I will stab at this one.
That is enough to defeat that.
No problem.
All right. So as you defeat them, they do kind of sink back down into the ground, but the pathway before you is clear.
Saddle up.
Apparently, I turned off the wrong module last time. So as you continue up the pathway to the necropolis, periodically you do see other skeletons pull themselves up out of the ground, but they just seem to watch you as you go by. Whether it's because defeating the other ones proved proved yourself to them, or something else. But the others, they do pull themselves up into a guarding position, but they just watch as you pass by.
All right, this isn't creepy.
And as you kind of make your way up, you do get to the necropolis. It is ancient and awe-inspiring. As you approach it, the size and the splendor is beyond compare. You have nothing in your frame of reference for the amount of work and detail that has gone into this.
Wow.
Between you and the necropolis is a vast canyon with 3 stone bridges. 2 of them appear to be broken and unusable. The bottom of the canyon is cloaked in mist, but you can see a number of bones scattered on various outcroppings and stuff below you. And the only sound that you hear is the sound of your feet kind of crunching through that light layer of frost that's on top of the snow. And I will get somebody to give me a survival check.
I can do that.
Right. So as you're looking, you can see there are some other footsteps. It looks like it was made by, like, they're cloven hooved, and they kind of run back and forth, both like along this bridge to the necropolis and back. You've been around Sofia long enough that you can easily identify that those are Minotaur tracks.
Hey folks, there's Minotaur tracks here, and based off the fact that they're going back and forth, it looks like maybe either gardening something or someone came and went recently.
Well, at least we have someone that can talk to them. Hey, Chris, how long did you say the bridge was?
About 150 feet, maybe.
Okay. I'm assuming from the look of this bridge, anyways, so it's stone and looks like it's stable.
Yes, there are other ones off to both your left and right that are definitely largely not bridges. They are largely just empty gaps to space.
Gotcha.
And in the middle of this bridge, there is a lone robed figure standing in the middle of the bridge.
Minotaur-like?
No.
Maybe this is the lich. This might be the lich they've been referring to.
How far away is he?
He's like 65, 70 feet.
Okay. I will continue walking toward him.
As you start to approach, he just kind of holds out his hand, palm up towards you.
Okay. When I get to within 30 feet,
Yep.
I would like to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Okay.
Unless it's obvious that he's undead.
It is very obvious that he is not living.
I think he wants you to dance with the dead.
Like his skin is pulled tight across his flesh, his hair is wispy, his beard is practically translucent.
Oh, I think this might be maybe the lich guy we're looking for.
You're muted.
Is it usually copper or silver that people put on the eyes of the dead?
Usually it would be silver in this instance, it would be Draka.
Okay. I will give him 2 Draka.
Drachma. He will close his hands around them and he will look towards you. And he'll smile and then hand you back the coins. But he does not move.
Okay. I will ask in Abyssal if I can pass.
He will just smile at you, nod, but hold out his hand and not move.
Okay.
Is there a different coin or something? Like, you
I mean,
provided, Sophia, you provided
I tried to
Drachma,
give him
right?
Drachma. Yes.
Is there any lore on this, Chris?
Give me a history roll.
Okay.
Can I do that as well?
Sure.
I'll help.
Right.
Only a 12.
I see there is much suck in the history department tonight.
There is. We're all just so weirded out by this place that everything is fleeing our heads. It's like walking into an exam and suddenly your brain is empty.
So what little you know, assuming this is Damon, the lich that the oracle told you about. what little Sophia can piece together is he was a companion to the Dragonlords, who lost everything in the First War, his wife, his children, everything, and then dedicated his life to the defense of the settlers as opposed to the Dragonlords, and now defends the necropolis to honor those who sacrificed their lives to do the same.
Conundrums.
We haven't been given any special coins or anything by anyone.
I believe if you look through your inventory, you may find that to not be the case.
Really? Because I'm in my inventory. That's why I was looking.
Maybe he wants the ring.
Actually, it is not on the character sheet, but ages ago, Deacon received a magical coin with the emblem of the Dragonlords on it that allows him to speak Draconic.
Oh, when did that happen?
That was way back. Might have been when you. I can't think when it was. It's the temple, maybe.
I'm going back to
No.
my
Sorry, it was way back. It was when you rescued the Oracle.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. But yes, the one of the priests of the Oracle did in fact give you a Dragonlord coin, which I thought for sure was on your character sheet, but apparently is not.
with the history information. I have Draconic as a language. Can I ask again?
Again, he just kind of smiles and holds out his hand.
Well, suddenly my brain decides to remember. Oh, right. I've got that thing. And I dig in my pouch and I pull out the coin.
So yes, it is a burnished gold coin with the face of Xander on one side and an engraving of the ship the Ultros on the reverse. Anyone who possesses it can understand Draconic. So when you hand him that coin, he closes it and he smiles and he does in fact step aside.
Cool.
And I don't know if Jess is back yet or not.
Nope, just said that she is.
Jess is back.
Okay.
It actually is in my equipment list.
Yeah, I just added it because I checked your character sheet because I knew Deacon had it, and I'm like, why is it not on the character sheet?
That's funny.
Very
cool.
So yes, so Damon will step aside, but then when he sees Helena, he will walk forward, and as he does, he reaches into his pouch.
Oh, hello.
I know of your. It's the first time he's spoken. He says, "I know of the burden upon you, the burden upon your family."
What language is he speaking?
He's speaking in common.
Well, like my whole nation, but yeah, that's. Is there a way to fix that? Like, can I do anything about that?
And he takes a multifaceted gem out of his pouch.
Oh, that's pretty.
This has been waiting for you. It will help you to find the way.
Thank you. And I slide it into my bag. Much appreciated.
The Lotus Witch knows much of curses.
The Lotus Witch. Do I know who the Lotus Witch is?
Never heard of it before.
Okay. I will write that down. Hugh, how can I find the Lotus Witch?
You will be able to find her when you've completed your tasks.
Ah. I feel like I knew that was coming. Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
So I added the item onto your equipment list there, Jess.
Thank you.
So yes, so it's a gem that's like it's multifaceted. It looks almost like a prism.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
And he stands aside to let you pass. He does not interfere at all.
Yay! Somebody knows who we are.
And then across the bridge, you see that there are 12 tomb entrances carved into the cliffs, each marked by 4 stone columns. And then to the north is a great white marble mausoleum the size of a small palace. As you cross, you do see many bodies laying upon the icy paths that wind around the ruins. Some of them are half-frozen corpses. Some of them are statues of various sizes and styles, but all of them have eyes that seem to just be watching you.
All right.
I think I would like to cast detect good and evil.
I swore you said detect cat.
Pet cat.
No, but I think I'd like to know if anything within 30 feet of me for the next 10 minutes is undead or a fiend.
Still kind of
Or an
fit the
aberration.
spell.
Yeah, that's true.
So yes, so the guard on the bridge is definitely undead.
Oh yeah, we guessed that.
Other than that, you do not currently detect any undead, but the within 30 feet. Okay, so it may actually depend on where you go.
Dun.
Agri's totally going over to the first set of columns.
So there's an inscription on this tomb that says Telemach Archlander, oath sworn of Tysophale.
I also seem to be unable to move myself currently.
Try hitting F5 and that'll like refresh Foundry for you.
I'll stay relatively close to Agri.
So your detect good and the evil, is it does it have to be things within 30 feet or things that you see or
Let me double check. Nope, it's just within 30 feet. Similarly, you know if there's if a place or object within 30 feet of you is also magically consecrated or desecrated. Spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
all right. So 1 foot of stone.
Mm-hmm.
You do detect undead within that tomb.
There are undead within.
Not really a surprise considering
Not
where we're at.
terribly, no. But not something we should open if we have other choices.
Right. And the history buffs can give me a history check. And actually, Helena can roll as well since you do have your Jack of all trades bard thing.
Wow. I would love to roll something over a 12 today.
Double threes.
La 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 la.
We are
Wow.
the dumbest bunch to ever walk in here.
Does this
Apparently,
place,
none of us have read that scroll.
is this place made of stone?
Just completely blanking in the face of the what the fuckery that we're walking into.
I can't even be tempted by the advantage because the other one sucked even worse.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. We're not doing well tonight.
So yeah, so you look in it where it says, Telemark oath sworn of Tysophale. You try to rack your brains trying to think of what you may have heard of this person, and nothing comes to mind.
So
Could
geographically,
you put
Chris,
that?
is is this a shelf, like a cave shelf, like a second floor or second?
Yeah,
level?
it's up probably like about 10 feet above the level that you're on.
Okay.
And it's fairly easily climbable. Like, it's not like a sheer cliff. There's a bit of an angle to it.
Okay.
Well, does anyone know where we go?
Pay respects to the dead.
Right now, I don't even remember why we came.
To claim the weapons of the Dragonlords.
Right. And she's just staring at the necropolis with wide eyes.
Well, you're a minotaur. Technically, your eyes are always wide.
Yeah, that's true. But to help explain why I'm rolling so abysmally.
Specifically, the prophecy says you must claim the mighty weapons wielded against the Titans by the first Dragonlord.
Gotcha.
Do anyone remember who the first Dragonlord was?
I was just about to ask that. Who's the first Dragonlord?
For that is definitely a history check.
Yeah, which all of us have failed so far. Doing great.
There we go.
Agri remembers something.
So, Agri, as you kind of think about this prophecy and think about the first Dragonlord, his name was Xander. Xander.
Just because Josh will write it someplace. Otherwise, you'll forget. And what was the name on this one, Chris? Again, sorry?
The name on this one is Telemark.
Okay. Not the one we were looking for.
And Deacon, yes, absolutely. Xander was the first of the Dragonlords.
Oh, probably means we have to find Xander's tomb, I would think.
Okay. Well, let's go take a look at another tomb.
Okay, which one would you like to go to next?
Agri starts climbing a little uphill.
All right. It's up to that one.
Yep.
Okay. So the inscription on this one says, Adonis Nerdagon, oath sworn of Respirturion. Most beautiful of Dragonlords, if but his swordwork had been as beautiful.
I am so going to ask you to put all of these names into the chat.
I will do that later.
Appreciate it.
And Sophia, since it is still up, this tomb has been consecrated. You pick up a kind of a holiness around this particular tomb that was not present at the other one.
This one is consecrated. She'll
Is that
start
a
walking
good
toward the
thing
next one.
or a bad thing?
Good, as opposed to it being defiled or full of undead.
Okay.
The next one says Esther Arklander, oath sworn of Athacria. Athacria?
Up to you, really.
True. You don't get any feelings at all off of this one, Sophia. But everybody give me an insight check.
Completely oblivious in my case.
Holy cow, finally over a 15.
Holy cow, quite apt.
Ah,
Thank you.
So Agri and Sophia, you both notice as you kind of approach this tomb to Estor, there's like a hardness to Kyra's face that you've never seen before on her.
I'll look over at Agri. Look over at Kyra. Look back at Agri.
is this one
This one
consecrated?
is neither consecrated nor defiled. And there's nothing inside. Nothing undead, at least. Or fiendish, or anything like that. I'll start climbing up to the next one.
Yeah, assuming it's climbable.
Yeah, it's like a slope. And as you leave that tomb, the two of you notice that that Kyra does relax a little.
Okay. When Agri and I are up farther than everyone else, did you see the look on Kira's face?
Should ask her about it.
Not while standing in front of the tomb, though.
What are you gonna do? Raise the dead?
I'd rather not try. I'd rather not have her defile it.
As you have this conversation and make your way up to the next one, this one has both undead present and it is consecrated.
Named?
Oh, this is strange.
The inscription on this one is Rizon Phobos, Rizon Phobas, oath sworn of Sybil Corax.
What makes this one strange?
Well, it's consecrated, but there are undead inside.
Perhaps that's what's holding them inside.
Possibly. Is it definitely the place, Chris, and not an item inside?
It is definitely the tomb itself is consecrated.
Okay.
Agri's going to ask, Sophia, what does this consecrate mean?
It means that it's holy, but in a good way, as opposed to it being defiled.
So, like, church or temple?
Quite similar. Those areas should also be consecrated. They aren't always, but they should be. Make our way to the next tomb.
The next one, no undead, no consecration. The inscription says Cosmo Phobos, Cosmo, son of Rhizon Phobos.
Nothing interesting here. At least nothing that's specifically good or evil.
Oh, that's
Sort of
nice.
look around to see where the next one is. Oh, just across.
Not terribly far. And I assume you guys are going through these fairly quickly, knowing that your spell only lasts about 10 minutes.
Yeah, as quick as we can. Which is why we're not usually waiting for everyone to catch up. We're just sort of going on ahead at times.
The inscription on this tomb reads Nicholas Phobos, blessed
Oh, well,
of Sidon.
well, the whole family of Phobos. Blessed
Apparently.
Sidon.
Yeah. And
Consecrated, defiled, undead.
neither.
Oh.
Give me history checks, guys.
It's over
No.
a 20! Natural 20!
Knocking
Finally!
it out of the park.
That is singularly the best roll I have had in 2 weeks among all of the different games that I play.
Nonsense. I mean, I had 2 20s together in Conan.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
All right, so as you're kind of putting it together, and you realize that there are family members here. Sophia, you recall that Rhizon was one of the dragon riders, one of the Dragonlords that came to Thylea 500 years ago. The reason Rhizon stands out in your mind is she was responsible for the defeat of the Minotaur army in the First War.
Oh.
Cosmo, obviously her son, her firstborn son, and he succeeded Xander as the leader of the Dragonlords. And the one you're at now was the last of the Dragonlords, died about 100 years ago. At some point, he swore fealty to Sidon, as like a gesture of peace between the Dragonlords and the Titans. But it definitely indicates that there were some family lines amongst the Dragonlords.
God, let's hope they weren't inbred.
I will resist the urge to spit on the ground and continue on to the next one along this upper ledge.
Well, you look strange.
Why, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
You look a bit odd yourself.
No, I just
You
meant
know,
odd look on your face.
Oh, they ran afoul of the Minotaurs long ago.
Ah,
The Minotaurs did not come out on top of that altercation.
So you're saying that in history, one person's hero is another person's villain.
Imagine. Strange how that happens.
Funny how that works.
The next tomb that you get to says Isidore Horath. Given the natural 20 that Sophia rolled, now that you're starting to piece things together and you're starting to remember what you've studied about the Dragonlords in the temple and the like, Isidore was the granddaughter of Xander, and specifically during the time she was ruling the Dragonlords, Damon the Lich was her chief advisor. When she died, he retreated from the city of Mitros and came here to watch over the necropolis and to guard her for eternity. The tomb is consecrated, but no sign of undead.
I will relay that information, so Xander shouldn't be terribly far off. It could be that one down, and she'll point down to that center bit to the southeast of us. Could be there. Or
In the big center?
or two just down. You sort of see the tops of the columns there? Might be one of those.
Well, if nothing else, let's be thorough.
At this point, you realize you've probably only got time to check like one or two more tombs with Sophia's spell up.
That's okay, I can always cast it again.
Well, let's hurry and make 2 of them.
This one, as you approach, it is white marble carved into the side of the mountain, sheltered by an imposing pair of weathered columns. The entrance is blocked by a heavy chiseled slab flanked by 2 statues of sitting lions. The center of the slab is fitted with an inset bronze handle. Above the tomb is engraved the name Xander, amidst intricate vines and laurel leaves.
Aha.
Found him. Well, this is certainly ornate.
And it is sealed with a marble door with an inset bronze handle.
I will get I'll get closer to the door. Just in case it has it would have to be what's the door made of?
Marble.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a sexy tomb.
It's a terrible word for a tomb.
Eh,
Am I picking anything up? May depend on how thick the walls are.
You are not picking up anything.
It's either. Can I tell if the spell is still active?
It is.
I don't read anything from this one, but it could just be that the walls are thicker. And given how ornate it is on this side, it wouldn't surprise me.
or maybe there's no undead. Maybe there's just a horde of traps.
That is entirely possible as well.
Do we want to investigate the rest before coming back to here?
Yeah, we've identified this
If we
one.
can run up there. Yeah. So I'll take off at a run to go and check the 2 that are up in the corner.
Get your move on.
So the first one,
That was bad.
the first one says Lysis Arclander. And then the kind of like the wall beside that is like a bas relief carving. It's the first type of exterior thing you've seen other than the inscriptions on each of the tombs. And this one shows somebody just being bludgeoned to death by Pythor. And
Huh.
Deacon, as a military person, you would know that Lysis was the great grandson of Estor, last of his family to rule Astoria, and basically was like a mad tyrant that Pythor basically took the throne from.
Hmm. Well, it's a wonderful depiction of seeing him get what he deserved.
Hmm.
In case you're wondering, Sophia, that's how your father took the throne.
Hmm. I would love to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not.
Well, it was for the common good. The man was a tyrant.
That's a relief, at least.
And the last tomb before Sophia's spell fades says Ochus Archelander. Ochos.
No indication of who the.
Related to him.
No indication. No, you're not picking up anything. But again, it tells you that there's at least 3 family lines involved with the Dragonlords. Because there's Xander's family, the Horoths. There's the Rizor's family.
And the Phobos.
Yeah, the Phobos family, the Horoth family, and the Archelander family.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Is it,
Well,
is it weird the fact that these two seem to be kind of a little out of sorts compared to the other ones, and the fact that they seem to be past the Xander tomb?
well, I mean, there were some on the far side as well.
And wasn't Esther's further away than the rest of the Archlanders? Like there's 2 here, but I think Esther's was further down.
Yeah, Estor's was like the 3rd one you came to.
It's almost like they didn't want him in the same area.
And so Sophia is trained in religion. Odds are they're probably, with the exception of Xander, probably buried in the order that they died.
But
Could just be
wasn't one
when
of the
they
ones?
died compared to when they were carving out areas.
But wasn't one of the ones earlier we identified as the last of the Dragonlords?
Yes.
That was Nicholas.
It could be they started at this side and worked that way. Or it could be the ones at the lower levels died before the ones at the top. Ones at the top died before the ones at the last. Other than Xander being the one guarding over, I don't think they're in any particular order. Or are they, Chris? Would I be able to make an insight or a religion or a history to know?
You can make an insight check. Well, you can roll insight. I don't know if you can make the check or not.
Da, da, da.
Ooh.
I can! I can! Maybe?
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be necessarily any real rhyme nor reason to it. You think maybe the order in which they died, or maybe families together. The only thing that kind of stands out to your mind is some of the tombs indicate that they were oath sworn. Like Estor was oath sworn, and I believe Rhizon was oath sworn. And the names that go with that oath sworn are very obviously draconic. And some of the later ones do not have that epithet.
Okay. So I'll point that out. Um,
So with the 24, you can assume that the ones that were Oathsworn were the Dragonlords that came, the ones that came in riding in on their dragons to, you know, fight the Titans. And then the rest were members of the Order at various points through history, through the last 400 or 500 years, who did not have dragons because the dragons all died.
Who here pictures that potential scene with Ride of the Valkyries playing in the background? Just saying.
I totally do.
it does seem appropriate.
I love the smell of dragon fire in the morning. Smells like victory.
It really depends on whether or not you're on the side of the dragons, I suppose.
So you do know that you've got about 4 tombs that you haven't had a chance to check with, that you haven't looked at all, and Sophia's spell is down.
Well, I suppose we haven't checked inside Xander's.
Yeah, you haven't checked inside any of them.
No, just whatever I could detect on the outside. I only see one on the outside, and that's this one here, kind of in the middle, on its own little island.
That one there you haven't checked?
Oh, okay. I didn't
That
realize
one
that was a
you
tomb.
haven't checked.
Oh, I didn't realize there was
Yep.
a tomb there either.
Yep, from your vantage point, you can see that there are like the stone columns around them are in ruins, but there are stone columns around them.
Okay,
Chris?
is this batch of stones back here? Is that a tomb as well?
No, you guys made your way up there. That was Rhizon and
Okay.
Cosmos.
Okay, so there wasn't one in between them.
Hey, Chris,
Yes,
how many weapons are there supposed to be?
you're not sure. It was just specifically claimed the weapons of the first Dragonlord who wielded them against the Titan.
Okay.
And then there is the very, very large mausoleum that you guys are standing really close to.
So I'm going to make note of where the other tombs were that were oath-sworn.
Okay.
Just in case we need to get to them quickly or away from them quickly.
I think we have our work cut out for us right now.
Well, Xander's is obviously the place to start.
So, Agri's gonna ask, are we gonna get in trouble for digging our graves?
What kind of stupid did we walk into now?
I don't think we are. The prophecy says we pass the gatekeeper, we have access.
Hey, cleric, religion check?
Absolutely a religion check.
Let's see if I can make this one. Yeah, 12.
With the 12, you're very well versed in the fact that a consecrated tomb is said to protect the contents from grave robbers. And then you remember the gentleman you ran into in Astoria who was starving because he had stolen something from the necropolis. So
We never did take that necklace, did we?
you did not.
Okay.
But yes,
I've returned it.
theft of the dead from a consecrated tomb will likely inflict a curse upon you.
And Xander's wasn't.
You did
Back
not.
through
You did not detect any
or didn't
consecrated ground.
detect
No.
anything.
Woohoo.
So as long as we're not taking anything from the consecrated tomb.
So, we're robbing graves.
But
Cool. All for the
Well-
prophecy and all, and looks over at Kira.
She'll just kind of shrug. She does have like a little bit of a smile on her face, but you kind of catch it periodically. She kind of glances over her shoulder, and her face hardens as she kind of looks back almost quick enough that you don't catch it, but you know to look for it.
So what's up with Esther? That is
Sophia's
directly
eyes widen.
towards Kira.
Like, Gilly, you're asking her right now.
And Agri shrugs. He's got low charisma.
Totally valid. Never mind.
Esther was the start of the downfall of the Dragonlords.
Oh.
Whether the Dragonlords were good or bad will depend entirely on who you ask. They came to protect the humans from the native races, from the Minotaur and the Centaurs and the like. Estor took things too far. He reveled in the bloodshed. He slaughtered villages. He killed children. It was not a war as far as he was concerned. And unfortunately, with Xander's death, the loss of the dragons, the Dragonlords, they were not the heroes that everybody thinks they were. Not after that.
War is dirty.
War can make good people bad and make bad people worse.
What color was the dragon that he was dedicated to?
Oh, now I gotta double check things. Find my book. I believe it was a bronze dragon, but I will double check for you.
Oh my god, a buddy of mine just posted pictures of donair wrapped scallops drizzled in donair sauce. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh, good lord.
I think the donair sauce would overpower the scallop.
I think so. I mean, they're amazing with bacon, but
Just to
If you
I
left
don't know
the
about
donair
donair.
sauce off, I think you would have something.
Esther's dragon was a bronze dragon.
it's a low sugar one too.
Oh, that's weird for donair sauce. Which of them had a green dragon?
That's a really good question. Let me double check. I don't believe any of them did.
That's what Kira. I never pronounce your
Yeah.
name right. Kira?
None of them were oath sworn. Yeah, Kyra.
Kyra, thank you.
None of them were oath sworn to a green dragon, as far as my knowledge. There were other dragons, lesser dragons, associated with them, but none of the Dragonlords were bonded with a green dragon.
But there was a green dragon associated with them?
I believe so.
Also, as an FYI, I posted a picture of the food in the Odyssey group. Because food.
So
Um,
let's go rob some grapes.
Oh, you just put it so eloquently, don't you?
Hey, listen, if there's treasure, why not? And Agri goes and looks at the door mechanism.
I will remind him of the person the beggar, the necklace
Yeah.
from
You said,
here that
you
we
said this
wouldn't
was
take.
consecrated, right?
Xander's? Is that where you're going?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that I could detect from outside, but it could just mean that the walls are too thick.
I guess the important
I
takeaway
can
here is if it's not a Dragonlord weapon that
don't
theoretically
take
the
it.
prophecy says we can have, don't touch it.
That I and if the grave is absolutely consecrated, I don't think we should take anything from there either.
Yes.
But we'll see
Curse it.
what Sandra's tomb is like once the door is open. And I cast the spell again once
You mean we
after that.
shouldn't just loot everything in sight? Because
Imagine.
that sounds like a good idea to me.
Imagine. What? No. Why? What? What would make you think that's a good idea? Why? What part of that sounds good?
They're not using it.
It reminds me of some lyrics from my favorite thrash band from Canada called Razor, and the line says, "To desecrate this sacred tomb, you'll die by legacy of doom."
Yeah, well, I'm
See?
supposed to die by doom anyway, so it doesn't really matter now, does it?
But the
Alright.
rest of us might not supposed to be. Wait. The rest of us might not be intended to die by doom. So let's not take all of us down, yes?
So
Team effort, people, team effort.
not consecrated places. Got it.
Right.
We'll go back over to Sandra's tomb.
Sometimes I do smart things, sometimes I do dumb things. I have to keep it in balance.
Right. Just make sure to keep the dumb
Is that
things
how
to
that
yourself,
works?
though.
All right. So, who is strong enough to try to open this door?
Oh, that'd be me.
Hey, give me a athletics check.
Okay.
Alrighty. So with a mighty heave, you pull these open. And rather than just like a little tomb carved into the side of the mountain like you were expecting, there is a hallway and a set of stairs.
Up or down?
They go up.
Okay, better than down.
And inside it is dark.
Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, it descends. My bad.
ooh. I'm still feeling fairly rent from that hit from the skeleton. Is there anything you could do?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't realize.
No, that's fine. I just
The
don't feel like,
conversation.
yeah, I just don't feel like going in here hurt.
Well, why don't we take a short rest before we go in? I'll make some cookies.
Fair.
Little sugar biscuit will get
I'll sing a song.
get you back on your feet.
Yeah, I'm certain that yeah, we're probably reasonably safe inside here if we don't disturb anything. So
Probably, but we'll know better in a bit.
yeah, let's break out some rations, sit down, and relax.
I agree. We'll keep watch.
Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I mean, if something decides it's going to crawl out of the tomb, I mean, at least we'll give it some time.
I suppose so.
So yes, as you guys break out rations, anybody can take their short rest. If you do spend hit dice, you will heal an extra 6 points from the Song of Rest, and whatever the benefit for the cookies is.
I sing a lovely little song.
Uh, an extra D8 from the chef. So nice. So everybody can do their short rest.
I roll
Remember, hit
that,
dice.
or does everyone else?
You can roll it. So if you just click the D8 in the little right up there, it should roll it for you.
So in the formula for roll hit dice, what's the
Nice.
situational bonus? Or do we just not care and just add it later?
Let me see, I haven't seen that before. Where it says select dice to roll, or
Yeah, and it says roll.
yep. So you can determine how many of your D10s you would like to roll. You have 4 of them available. You can roll them one at a time if you like, because you're going to get back up to your max hit points anyway.
Gotcha. So I'll just roll 1 then and be good with that.
Yep. Hey, jeez.
Wonderful.
So,
Fully
yeah,
healed.
So yeah, Helena maxed out her Song of Rest. Sophia rolled really well on the cooking, and then you maxed out on yours. So yeah, you guys, you feel great.
Frickin' awesome. Let's get
We
down
do.
there and do some next.
Resting in this, necropolis is the best rest you've gotten in ages.
God, yes.
It's because it's so damn quiet.
It is quiet. So you pick up, you've had your rations, you've had your coffee, you've had some cookies. You're all set. And as you descend into this yawning tunnel below the stairway, you feel a very penetrating cold kind of seep through your armor and into your bones. The air is choked with dust, and your footfalls do actually echo ever so slightly.
Ugh.
After a very short distance, you come to a fork in the tunnel.
Is it pitch black?
It is pitch black inside.
All right, I'll be behind whoever can see in the dark, and I will back them up.
I will once again cast light on my jacket.
And Agri is going to go ahead and produce flame.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I will lead then.
All right, so if you guys turn on your effects, they should do the trick for you. So yes, as you move forward, you get to a point where the corridor continues on or branches off to your left.
What's this statue?
What is that a statue?
Somebody move up the light source.
It is a bronze statue of a kneeling bull-headed minotaur. As you move in, the walls are covered by these colorful mosaics depicting ancient battles against centaurs and cyclopses and six-armed giants. You see the Dragonlord Xander hewing the head off of a basilisk with his axe. And as you kind of move in, the hall has mosaics that sort of depict the history of Xander and the Dragonlords. The initial one showing great kings and queens granting Xander ships and money to voyage from where they came from to Thylea. And then the next mosaic show the 5 dragons making an alliance with Xander. The central mosaic show the discovery of Thylea, and then the final one show the details of a war of conquest. An inscription above the stairs says, "Those who trespass in order to seek an audience with Xander Horath must deal with the Horned Ones."
Yep,
I still
sounds like
can't move my character.
sounds like minotaurs are on the menu.
Not sure how I feel about that. Or at least about the phrasing.
Maybe you can talk him down.
Maybe.
Well, parlay first, and then we'll see what happens.
We'll
Is
see.
this statue blocking our path, or can we kind of circumvent it?
No, you can go around it.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good again.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, so you do reach a branch where you can continue on, or you can go to your left.
You know, this is actually kind of weird without having B here to be a punching bag.
Yeah.
It's like uncharted territory.
So I look at Deacon and say, I'm going to shapeshift and just be right next to you as a squirrel. You okay with that?
Yeah, sure, fine.
A
All right. Chris,
squirrel?
I'm going to burn a wild shape and go into squirrel just so it's easier for me in corridors and all this.
Gotcha.
And I don't think we need to change tokens or anything, but
Yeah, no, that'll be fine. So yeah, so this little squirrel with like a huge paw of fire.
yeah.
Right. So which way would you guys like to go?
Well,
That bit in the middle is walled off.
Yes, it appears like you can go straight ahead, or you can go to the left.
why don't we try to the left?
Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Am I detecting anything yet?
Nope.
Good.
So yeah, as you kind of make your way through these corridors, Sophia, your mind is basically just kind of mentally mapping it, and you realize that this is laid out like a maze.
I was just about to ask.
Oh, how Minotaur.
Yeah. Yeah, I was literally just opening my character sheet back up to ask. That was
Left
going to
hand
be
rule,
my.
left hand rule.
All right, so it's 60 feet of dark vision. Advantage on skill checks made to solve maze-like puzzles. Automatically succeed on saving throws against maze and hypnotic pattern. Okay.
You automatically save against hypnotic pattern.
Yeah.
Wow, that's major. Hypnotic pattern is such a potent spell for second level.
I will take your word for it. We haven't run into it yet.
It causes this pattern, and everything in the area has to make a wisdom save. If they fail, they're charmed and they can't take any actions.
Ooh, that's nasty.
The key is they don't get to save again at the end of each turn. They're there until the spell ends, which is a minute, or somebody attacks them.
Ew.
That's gross.
It's
That is
That's
very
really
gross.
gross.
yeah, it is. It is. I've lost like boss battles against players because hypnotic pattern, shut down all the minions.
It's a third level illusion.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So you get to another branching point in the corridor there.
I think we should go straight.
Lead the way,
Nice.
squeak, squeak.
So we are literally following the left-hand rule.
Kind of. It can be a left hand or a right hand, but you just have to be consistent.
It's a hand.
All right. So you continue up this hallway until you come to a door. Give me a second. I'm just going to move people around.
What the heck?
And I was gonna say, could somebody keep me up with the party, please? Because I cannot move
Yeah.
myself.
Try hitting F5 to see if it refreshes for you.
Oh.
But
For me.
you do come to a door. Sophia, you're still not detecting anything, but you can smell blood and shit.
I smell slaughter, but no good or evil.
Perhaps your brethren are in the door.
I don't know.
All right.
But I will pull my mace out. Or my, the hammer. Just in
Thank you.
case.
Thank you very much. All right.
I
Everyone
feel like
line
that's
up in
probably
battle
a good
order. And when everyone's set, I'll open the door.
Yeah,
I agree
I'll
with Steve's rule.
happily just stay back here. Yeah, that did fix it, Chris. Thank you.
So as you open the door,
I'll take two.
the smell that Sophia was smelling of blood and offal hits the rest of you, and you can see why. There are animal carcasses and slabs of meat hanging from the ceiling on heavy chains. Two of them appear to be farmers, with like slabs of meat just kind of carved off them.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, we found the kitchen.
The stone floor is stained black with what has got to be centuries of blood.
Nasty.
Well, this would
Are-
explain the
is-
Minotaur tracks back and forth across the bridge.
Is any of it remotely fresh? Ish?
The two farmers are fresh-ish.
Recognizably, at least.
They are recognizable as humans and still dressed in like their peasant rags, where it hasn't been like stripped off to get at the meat.
I was going
Lovely.
to ask if you wanted me to detect traps, Deacon, before you try to open doors now that we're in here, but
I don't think you need to.
Well, in this case, I don't know.
they're probably confident enough in their martial skills not to worry about trapping things.
I would not think your people are big on traps. Yours has always struck me as more of a warrior race. Yourself except.
A little more straightforward. Never
This
ominous
is not
at
going to
all
go well.
when the game master rolls a die without saying anything.
Is there anything that looks to potentially be of use in this room?
There's like a handful of like coins and like some small gemstones and stuff scattered about, probably things that fell out of pockets of previous victims over the years. And everybody can give me a perception roll.
Oh, fun.
A what?
Perception.
Perception, not persuasion, Jessica. I can't see this in front of my face.
Thankfully, others are watchful because apparently I'm distracted by shiny baubles on the ground.
Okay. All right, Agri and Sophia, you can hear some sounds coming from this direction.
Dying sounds or talking sounds?
Movement sounds. With a 22, it sounds like bone and metal.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That sounds skeletal.
Possibly. Am I not getting a reading still? I suppose I'm not within 30 feet.
And the walls are more than a foot thick.
Yeah. Whoa, I didn't mean to close the door. Sophia will walk up here, point down, and say, possibly skeletons from the sounds of things.
Squeak, squeak, I agree.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure what's over there, and I'll point toward the other skeletons.
So as you're looking from around the corner, you do see 3 skeletons moving.
Surprise!
What strikes you as odd though is like you pick them up on your detect.
Just trying to get the light up there.
But they're wearing heavier armor than skeletons normally are. And the one in the front has its shield up in a ready position, and the one behind it has a pike, almost like they're fighting in a formation.
Ugh, undead soldiers. Oh boy.
In Abyssal, I'll say we're not here to fight you. For all the good it's gonna do me.
Man, look at those initiative rolls for the fucking things. Except for one.
Except for one guy. One guy's like, yeah, I don't really care about this.
There you go, Deacon.
At
Booyah.
least I'm double digits this time.
Okay, Deacon, you are up.
Okay.
But yes, the remnants of the armor and the shields and stuff that they're wearing look very, very similar to Deacon's wear.
Funny how that works.
And I like to think they're moving in like kind of a herky-jerky, like Ray Harryhausen type of movement.
Totally. Absolutely.
So, Chris, with my spear, because I'm looking at what they're doing with their pike action, right? Is the spear long enough that I can be behind Sophia and then still strike the one in front of her?
I'll say yes, that makes sense.
If you go under my armpit, maybe.
Well, it's a big armpit.
Yeah, there's plenty of space down there. I mean, you could probably walk right under.
Exactly. So what I'll do then is I will stab at that one in the front with the spear and, use their same tactics.
Okay. A 17 is a hit.
Good.
So yeah, you kind of get behind Sophia using her as your shield wall for the time being.
La,
You kind
la, la,
of
la.
poke through, kind of catch it in the jaw, kind of knock its jaw off. So now it's just like kind of gaping at you with just only like the top part of its mouth.
Well, at least it can't, jeer at us.
That is very true.
Or bite.
I mean, Sophia does have the best weapon against these things, so.
Don't worry, I plan to use it.
Right. Anything else?
Nope. I'm just here being, spear backup.
Okay. That skeleton is at the back. It cannot reach anything. Kara's like, oh, that's... Yeah, those ones look different. Good thing you guys are here.
Good thing you give us a reroll.
Yeah, and she'll start singing her song of inspiration. That one.
Looks like it's Pike Boy.
It is Pike Boy. It is going to try to stab Sophia. Ooh, an 18 will hit for 9.
I was gonna say it's gonna succeed at stabbing Sophia.
It is. So yeah, the one in front holds the shield up, it's trying to keep Deacon at bay, and the one behind with the pike just like kind of jabs it over its shoulder and into Sophia's shoulder.
Ow.
Sophia is up.
I'm going to swing back at it.
Okay.
Smite it and then move out of the way.
Gonna try. 14.
So you swing, and it gets that shield up and just pushes the hammer to the side.
And then I'll take a step down.
Okay. You could use your Kyra reroll.
Sure. I'll do that before
That's
I
a
step
6.
down.
Man. That's
23.
1d3 will
better.
explode a skeleton.
Well, I mean, it was only 8 damage, but
8 becomes 16 because skeletons are susceptible to bludgeoning.
oh yes, bludgeoning.
Told you.
Agri.
Bonus action, changing back from squirrel to minotaur.
Okay.
Then I'm going to move up so I can get some nice line of sight, and I'm going to take my fiery fists and throw it down the hall.
Okay.
You turned into a minotaur?
Sorry, centaur.
Yeah.
Okay. The other Tor.
The other
Yeah.
tor.
I was gonna say you can throw it as a squirrel if you wish.
The only problem that I have with that is because I casted it before I changed. I can keep things concentrated, but I can't cast new spells.
Gotcha. Well, you're not actually casting a new spell though, right?
Well, sorry, the flame would go out, and then sorry.
Yeah. An 8 will miss, but you do have the reroll.
Yeah, I'll use the reroll.
There we go.
Man, look at that. Thing's coming in handy.
Kyra is earning her keep.
Yes, she is.
Helena.
She always did
Cool.
earn her keep.
This is true. I am going to. Does anybody need a heal before I do anything? Deacon and Sophia, do you guys need to be healed?
I'm at full.
Yes, please.
Okay. I will lay a hand on Sophia and sing a soothing song to heal her.
Okay.
Support bards for the win. Ew, not so much.
5 more
Do I
hit
want to
points than
use
that.
my reroll?
You can't reroll that. You can only reroll the an attack or a saving throw.
Okay. And I will also give a bardic inspiration to Deacon.
Okay.
So that leaves me with 1. So I don't think we've rested since I gave him the last one.
Just a short
Short
rest, but I don't think you're high
I
enough
don't
to
get that back.
not yet.
No.
All right. That will take us to Deacon.
So back around.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to move into the gap. Stab the hell out of the pike guy.
Okay. Uh, 15 is just barely a miss. These skeletons apparently remember some of their training.
I do have bardic inspiration.
You do. So that will definitely hit then because you can't roll less than a 3 with Helena's.
Wonderful.
That is enough to kill him, and I will just move him out of the way. So you kind of step forward, feeling inspired by Helena, knowing that knowing that you've got like a cleric and a bard both at your back, so you don't really have to worry too much, and you just drive your spear through that skeleton, like pinning him to the wall, and then pulling your spear out, and he collapses in a heap of bones.
Aiming for the spine seems to be a good thing.
It seems to be. You still have movement if you would like.
Yeah, I'll move into the next.
So just kind of block off the skeleton there. Make sure there's nobody behind him.
And that way someone else can come up and thwack him.
Gotcha. Yes, there is nobody behind him. But seeing you, he's going to try to stab you with the short sword.
Fair enough.
Ooh,
Did you drop it?
Well, he didn't actually drop it, but he like overextends, and you can hear like things pop out of place, and yeah, that was
Ooh.
not good for him.
You're like, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Like if there was like bone and sinew and stuff, that would have like really hurt. Kyra. Kyra will. Well, she'll continue to inspire you guys. She likes the fact that when you're inspired, things don't punch her. Sophia.
Might as well come on up and lay a beating on this thing.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. Can I reach it from in here? Oh,
Yes, you can like attack around the corner, sort of thing.
excellent. I will try to do so. I will take a swing at it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when Deacon sees you coming, he's gonna scooch up against the wall.
11?
No,
But Kyra is giving us a reroll, correct?
correct.
Bingo.
18?
18. And
9 damage. 18 damage.
all right.
Poof.
Job.
So yes, hammer is definitely the way to go with undead. It seems with skeletons anyway.
I'm starting to
Ooh.
see the appeal of this weapon.
It's a very good weapon.
But yes, they were definitely coming from the northern corridor.
Come to me, light source.
I say at this point, Sophia, or not Sophia, sorry, Helena, you're probably smaller. You go ahead, and I'll follow the rear.
Okay.
Well, I guess the question becomes, do we think there's more skeletons to the north, or should we head down keeping that left-hand principle intact?
I feel like Sophia is best suited to answer that.
Well, yeah, it's a thing. Just depends on where we want to go.
Sophia, give me let's call this an intelligence check with advantage.
Sure.
Good job.
Okay, so 17.
So yes, so you can kind of successfully navigate the party around.
Going north, correct?
Yes, you're going north. You're like, don't go that way, around, around. Until you come to... I will just move people here. Zoop. You come to a thing...
Whoa! Okay then.
Let's do the time warp again.
Holy cow.
Yeah, Sophia like leads you past like several dead ends. Having a minotaur as you navigate the maze will make things much easier for you.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those abilities you look at it and go like, yeah, that's not a really great racial ability, but you know, damn it, there's a maze here. I'm gonna let her use it.
Ding, ding, ding.
And you get to a part where there's a corridor that goes north, or there is a door directly to your in the direction you're traveling.
Am I getting anything on the detect good and evil, or is it gone?
You're detecting undead behind that door.
More undead behind the door. Is that the direction we need to go in?
You don't know which direction you need to go in. You just know that you have like led people as best as you can to this point. You would guess that
Okay.
how far you underground?
Probably.
There's probably not a whole lot to the north. So whatever you need, it's probably through that door.
Well, even moving on,
Standing here, though, I
I
could
don't.
see that the wall has a curve up there, which is unusual because nothing else has.
Correct.
I have dark vision. I'm going to go take a look.
Okay, so there is a circular chamber with a domed ceiling that has an oculus that lets some of the light in from above. So obviously you're very close to the surface of the mountains. The chamber is dominated by a large stone sarcophagus engraved with gilded letters. The floor at the foot of the sarcophagus is covered by an old but beautifully woven rug. The rug depicts Xander conquering a race of bull-headed minotaurs. One of the creatures kneels at Xander's feet with a peace offering held above its head.
Do we think this is
Well.
possibly Xander's tomb?
It's entirely possible. What's that on the back wall, Chris?
Uh, I'm gonna guess it's probably just like a little pedestal that you would put like a vase or whatever on.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, no, sorry, it is a lever.
Oh. I'm going to peek under the rug. Just to make sure it's not, a pit.
All right.
The lever makes me suspicious.
No, we're not paranoid or anything.
Let's hope it's not snakes. Snakes are bad. I learned that in Conan.
So with a 22, as you go to look under the rug, it basically kind of jumps in the air and wraps around you. You are grappled. You are restrained and blinded.
That is not what I expected. I should know
Wonderful.
better.
Nice.
I had no idea there
You
was.
really should.
All of the jokes and stuff that we've made here about mimics being anything, I should have guessed that the rug itself would be the problem.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about being blissfully unaware of what is going on in D&D, because I'm like you, I haven't played in forever.
But that was 15 points of damage.
Ouch! Holy shit. Alright, rug means business. Whew. Seems only fitting that I rolled a 1.
Kinda, yeah.
All right, I just need Helena to roll initiative.
So bad.
Alrighty. So on 21, the sarcophagus basically opens up and teeth form
Oh,
and this
joy.
lashing tongue.
Wait, so the sarcophagus is a mimic too?
The rug isn't a mimic. The rug is a rug.
The rug's a literal rug.
Oh,
But
everything's trying to kill us.
but the mimic is going to try to lash out at Agri with its pseudopod.
Yay.
A
And it
12.
misses. Miss.
Okay. The rug is just going to wrap itself around Sophia.
Nice blanket.
No, not nice blanket. Bad blanket. Bad. Very
Maybe
bad
we can
blanket.
make it a nice blanket.
Little too snuggly.
Aw, who doesn't want a nice snuggly blanket?
I don't want that snuggly a blanket.
Apparently, it just wants to Netflix and chill.
Oh God.
Given that it has me grappled, it's really more of a just net and chill.
Okay.
None of those is good.
The Kyra
Not even a
will
little bit.
Kyra will be like, oh shit.
Oh.
Hmm. She will. She will do Song of Heroism. She feels confident enough that you guys have this.
Of course she does.
Helena.
Yeah. All right. So let's see if I have anything that can assist with that stupid rug. I will give you a bardic inspiration, and that's my last one for the day to help with your grapple check.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, that's
And
fine.
then
Yeah, I was gonna say she can't see you, but she only has to hear you, so it's all good.
yeah. And then I will call the rug a name.
Okay. It will try to make a wisdom save.
It can try.
It will probably fail, but it has no effect.
Okay.
Ooh, a 16. Wow.
Gross.
It got a 16 off a natural 20, so.
Yeah, get that out of the
Oh
way.
wow.
But it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
That's a shame. That's the most damage I think I've seen you roll on that.
It is. Isn't that unfortunate? What a waste of a spell.
Okay.
Good thing it's only a cantrip.
Yep. Deacon.
Gonna stab the mimic.
All right. Uh, 15 definitely hits.
And I will use Piercer to reroll the damage.
Yep. Oh, that's much better. It's 11.
Much.
So yeah, so this sarcophagus with teeth and lashing tongue just kind of like hisses at you. Egri.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my current produce flamed again.
Okay.
At the mimic.
Okay.
Actually, at the sorry, at the blanket.
At the blanket.
Yeah, that's an awesome.
There's a solid hit. The rug takes one. Sophia, it's really hot. You take a point of fire damage.
Sorry, trying to get it off you.
Cooking me.
Probably a good thing maybe you didn't roll that high on that one for damage.
Okay. Anything else from Agri?
I'm gonna step back and let Tekin do his thing in front of the mimic.
Okay. All right. Start of Sophia's turn. You take 14 bludgeoning damage as you start to suffocate.
Oh, she's out.
Okay.
She only had 9 hit points left.
All right. So yes, you guys see the rug is still moving, but there's no longer a struggle from inside it. The mimic's turn. Glump. It is going to try to pseudopod Deacon. An 11.
Not even close.
Not even close. The rug. The rug is going to constrict and squeeze Sophia. which will count as. Uh,
I can't go below 0, right?
No.
Okay. Just wondering if I needed to keep track of it.
That's where the whole death save thing comes in.
Yeah.
Yes, it does count as 2 failed death saves.
Holy shit! Okay.
Yep.
Because it's an automatic critical.
Ow.
Okay.
The good news is she's unconscious for that, so she has no idea.
That will take us to Kyra. Kyra's like, oh shit, and starts digging through a path, one of her pouches. She will keep singing while she does so.
Okay.
That will take us to Helena.
Let's see what I can do. Spell book. Oh, what does that do? I probably should have did that last turn.
Oops.
True strike, but it only works for me, so it's not
You
really gonna be
could
helpful.
True Strike the Mimic.
I could true strike the mimic.
Because I'm going to go wrestle with the carpet here, I think, in my next go.
All right. I will true strike the mimic.
Okay. So that will
And
give
I
you.
think that takes my whole action, doesn't it?
It is an action for True Strike. So your next turn, you get advantage on your attack against it.
Okay, and I have no more inspirations to give away, so.
Yeah, you got a crossbow, right?
I do have a crossbow.
That will take us to Deacon.
Okay, I look over, Sophie's dropped, and I'm like, crap. So I am going to attempt to get the frickin' blanket off her.
Okay. So that is an athletics check.
Crossing all the fingers.
Ooh. When you need the natural 20. So yeah, so you pull the rug up from Sophia, and as she like falls to the ground. I was worried there because I rolled a 22. So as you pull this rug off her, she falls to the ground, and you notice that she is unconscious, and it looks like she has been very, very crushed.
Medic!
Sadly, she's the one unconscious on the floor.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got you next turn.
Same.
I roll the rug up.
All right. Well, the rug is fighting you. It is very much an animate thing.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if it actually moves, as in like walks and moves.
It does actually. It has a speed of 10 feet.
All right. Well, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna attempt to roll this frickin' thing up there. That's how that's gonna.
It's
Okay.
carpet. It's carpet from Aladdin.
Yep. So yeah, you're basically wrestling with it. You could use your action surge for a second action if you wanted to.
Yes, I think I should at this point.
Okay. So yes, rolling up the rug, you like grab it up, Sophia, and you're trying to roll it like a rug, and it's like fighting back, and it's trying to wrap around you, and you realize that this thing is maybe not a sentient creature, but a creature nonetheless.
Gotcha. Well, all right. So I've got it. I've got the strength advantage on it. So I will literally. Oh. I will grab my mithril xiphus and I will then try to cut it up.
Okay. So that is an attack roll. That is a hit. So yeah, so you like start like put a big gash through it, and you can tell like it's weird. It's not bleeding, but the way the fibers are falling from where you cut it looks almost like blood dripping.
Okay, well, I guess I know what I'm doing.
That will take us to Agri.
So Agri's going to try and squeeze to here if he can.
Okay, can I get over by Sophia? Yeah, that you should be able to fit there. The mimic will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, I'll let him take it.
Only a 12.
Yep, not high enough. And I will put a Cure Wounds into Sophia here for some health back.
Okay. So Sophia, 15, nice.
Yeah, cast it at a higher level.
Wow.
Great job, Pat.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That will take us to Sophia. So like your eyes kind of flare open, you feel like this kind of like warm natural energy filling you. You take a breath that you didn't realize you were holding. Everything hurts. It feels like your bones have been like basically your chest has been compressed. But you are alive and prone.
She's going to roll over. Standing takes the action, right?
No, standing takes half your movement.
Okay. And the rug is Deacon currently has it.
Deacon has it like he's got it in as much as he can, and he's like stabbing it with his short sword.
Okay. And the other thing that I see as the other thing Sophia sees as she's kind of staggering up to her feet.
Is a sarcophagus with teeth and a like drooling tongue. Looks very similar to those things that you fought back at the Oracle's temple.
Pseudopod. Used to be a door.
Yep.
She's going to as she gets to her feet, she kind of leans back against the wall behind her, glances around the room, sees Deacon in battle with something that she has really only seen from extremely close up. And she's going to take a swing at it with her hammer, like take 2 staggering steps forward and just swing her hammer at it.
Okay.
I hold it out for her.
See if I can manage to hit it.
13 is a hit.
For 3.
Yeah, using a bludgeoning weapon, amazing against skeletons. Not so
Not
great
so much against rug.
Not so good against the rug. All right, the mimic. Yeah, Deacon's right there. Drop. I was gonna try to pseudopod you. 14.
No, not even close.
So yeah, you can feel like the pseudopod like hits your mithril chain, but it can't seem to stick to it, like because of kind of the way the chain is. It can't actually form suction, and it can't stick to it. It kind of slides right off. The rug is smothering, however, is going to try to smother Deacon. That comes dangerously close, but you do manage to get your shield up, and then you hear the voices of your family telling you to, angle your shield this way, and you just kind of deflect it.
Muhaha.
Kyra. Kyra will very carefully just pick out a dagger and just kind of... What? At the mimic. So a dagger just sinks into the mimic from behind Helena there.
Whew, that's some bonuses.
And that will take us to Helena.
She can hit when she wants to hit. Damn. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and put a crossbow in that mimic since I targeted it.
Okay. With advantage, that is
I
a
have
hit.
an advantage.
Woo!
Hey, I did something.
So your vision kind of focuses down on that point that you have marked that only you can see, and the crossbow bolt just unerringly strikes right into it.
Nice.
That will take us
Not as
to.
much fun as killing somebody by insults, but it'll do.
That will take us to Deacon.
We're going to continue to slice and dice the carpet.
Okay. Uh, 9 is a miss, and because Kyra attacked, there's no reroll this turn.
Oh, fair enough.
He kind of looks just like, oh shit. That will take us to Agri.
Agri, now seeing that Sophia's up and back at hammering things, will start attacking the blanket.
Okay. 10 is a miss, unfortunately. The blanket's just like, it's like kind of whipping around. It looks like it's trying to get out of Deacon's grasp.
Okay.
That will take us to Sophia. I think you're muted.
I don't think I don't have anything bladed.
I have a dagger you
So-
can take off my belt. I don't know if that's an action or not, but
That's okay. Chris, spiritual weapon. Does it have to be the same thing every time?
No, it's usually a weapon that's related to your god or your beliefs. But yeah, you can shape it however you like.
Okay.
But if you're worried about like bladed weapon or not, the main thing is that it's the damage type the spiritual weapon does, which I believe is radiant damage.
This is force damage.
Oh, then it's force damage. That's even better, actually. Regardless of what shape it takes, it does force damage.
Okay. All right. I'm going to swing my hammer at the rug, which seems to still be moving, wriggling.
It is. Oh, 25 is a
What
hit.
after an 8 damage? Still wriggling?
Yes, it is.
All right then. As a bonus action, I would like to cast a spiritual weapon
Okay.
and attack something within 5 feet, which would be the rug.
Okay.
So what do I roll for that?
Roll your
Do I just
it rolls using your spell attack modifier. It would be the same as your wisdom saving throw. So just make it like a wisdom save, that'll count as a hit.
not with an 8? It won't.
Not with an 8. But you do have a spiritual weapon. I don't have a token for it, but there is a spiritual weapon.
I'll remember.
Back around to the Mimic. The Mimic is going to try to bite Deacon. Oh, no. Nope. So that mithril chainmail is definitely paying off.
Close but no cigar.
The Rugged Smothering is going to try to get free. No, it's not. It does not have the intelligence to try to get free.
I was about to say, I want to break free.
It will try to wrap up around Deacon, but you're just too fast.
And buff.
And buff. That will take us around to Kyra. Kyra will be like, "Oh shit!" and then she'll start her song of heroism again.
Does Sophia still have that bardic inspiration, or did she lose it when she dropped?
No, I believe she'd still have it.
Okay.
That will take us to Helena.
I guess I'm gonna shoot the pseudopod thing because it doesn't cost me anything.
Only cost us bolts. Ooh, 23.
There you go. Didn't even need advantage that time. Look at that.
Oh. Nice solid hit. That will take us to Deacon.
All right, we'll continue to slash at the problem in my hands.
Yeah. It is looking very tattered. It is like threads are falling all over the place.
You might even say it's turning threadbare.
It is. It's hanging by a thread.
Oh my.
That is enough to defeat the Rug of Doom.
Yay.
Ooh. Now we still have the pseudopod to deal with.
Correct.
I'll have to take its carcass home and put it on my own floor.
Now you can start rolling it up.
Like the skin rugs or something?
Whatever rug is that? It's a rug skin rug.
That's terrible.
That rug damn near killed our cleric.
So bad.
That is a good hit from Negri. So the mimic is starting to like leak ooze and everything all over the place. It is very, very injured. That will take us to Sophia.
The rug is down now, yes?
Yes.
Excellent.
The rug is dead. Long live the carpet.
Oh, oh, oh. It was full
But
of
there's
it.
no pit or anything there where the rug used to be, correct? It's all solid floor.
It is all solid floor.
Excellent.
The
So
trap
she's
is the
going
rug
to-
itself.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the trap.
Yeah. She's going to come in and take a swing at this other creature with teeth
Okay.
and try to hit it with her mace. Or I guess her hammer.
Ooh.
18?
So yeah, it is surprisingly goopy when you hit it.
Ew.
Okay.
So yeah, you kind of like spin and you like hit it with such force that it kind of closes the mouth and it like bites off part of its tongue.
Ouch.
Ew.
That's
Gross.
awfully painful.
And it is going to turn around and it is going to lash out a pseudopod at.
I have a.
Oh, you have your spiritual weapon, right?
I do indeed, and I would also like to swim with it.
All right. See, I knew I forget. That is a
Go to
hit.
23. Excellent.
That is definitely a hit. That's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yes.
So down at the bottom of the chat, you should see a bunch of dice. You can just click the die and then hit roll.
So 4 plus my modifier, so 7 damage.
All right.
Wow, how is it I'm only seeing the dice down there now?
It's a mod I just installed like earlier today.
Oh, bless you.
So yeah, so the you like splat this thing, and as it kind of turns and tries to lash out at you with you, your spiritual weapon comes down and basically just like splats it like a goopy bag of slime, really.
Ew.
Or kind of swings in and hits the side of the lid. So it's kind of like socking somebody in the jaw from the side. And
That's
You,
awesome.
you got it right in the throat. Now it's coughing.
oh god, so bad. Oh wow,
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm
that
on
was
fire.
horrible.
So yeah, so having defeated the rug and the sarcophagus, as we kind of fade out on Deacon's kind of groaner of a pun there, since we are at almost 11. I think fading out on that pun is fitting.
Appropriate.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
And I would not be shocked. This is a self-contained room. This might not be a bad spot to have a rest.
Yeah.
Yes, the only thing in this room is a lever.
Sophia will kind of collapse back onto her butt and then lay down. Ouch.
Are we taking a long rest or a short rest?
Long rest, please.
Yeah, long rest is probably a good idea at this point.
I can only cast 2 more spells
Well,
until I sleep, and I
we're-
hurt everywhere.
We're taking a long rest. 1 sec.
Good berry?
10 more.
I might as well throw some in there too. Just cuz.
You guys healing who?
You.
Oh! Aw, thanks. I did
I
need
think
both.
you're the, I think you're the only one that's actually hurt.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
were
like-
almost crushed to death.
Yeah, that, ow.
Yeah, that was close. Like
That
when
was not pleasant at all.
I'm super happy that that Deacon rolled that natural 20 rate like at the clutch moment to pull the rug off of you.
That was so epic.
Me too. It seems
Oh,
fitting that it was Deacon.
Right into my poem.
Yeah.
I'd
All
like to think there's going to be a lot of Deacon in that poem, thank you.
There is a lot of Deacon in that poem. I think there was at least 2 more points to it. I need 3 more for my next level.
But yes, you guys are now a significant way into Xander's tomb, which is far more elaborate than you anticipated.
Minotaurs, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And the fact that you found at least one false sarcophagus.
This is gonna be fun.
It should be good. At least we're skipping over the dead spaces, though, with Sophia's knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm good at mazes.
Perfect.
I'm not good at cleaning rugs.
So yeah, so we will pick this up in 2 weeks.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
everyone.
See you then.